Howdy, I'm ICS Vortex from Arcturus now, and you're watching Chaos TV.
Alright, so hello, how has the year 2015 started so far for you and the band?
This is our first gig, so I guess it's a little slow start, but we've been busy doing the new album, which is going to be out now in April, hopefully. That's the last thing that I heard, but so yeah, April. Shoot for that, because we have Maryland Death Fest and a couple of South American gigs lined up as well, and European tour in the beginning of May. So yeah, things are lining up for us now.
All right, cool. So today you will be performing once again here in Finland. Last time you were here was 2012, I think. So do you have any good memories to share from your past Finnish trips, and what can the fans expect from you guys tonight? Will they be hearing any new songs?
Yeah, there will be 2 new songs on the and they will try to rotate a little bit from the last time we were here to the other songs as well. So there'll be hopefully a lot of stuff that we haven't played in Finland before, and we have a new violin player on board. So we're gonna dress him up as the Groke, and then we'll take it from there. It'll be sweet. I'm looking forward to that. And I was here with Borknagar just a few months ago, and I do the same thing as we do every time we go to the backstage bar and get fucked up on the long drinks, which are so super nice. It's not everyone knows maybe, but it's a long drink that was made for the 54 Olympics, I think. Oh. And it has like a grape soda kind of vodka vibe to it, and but it's so much fresher than the usual Smirnoff girly drink. So it's and it gets you really, really hungover, which is fantastic, because that's the best.
So you announced in 2011 that you have reformed, but it has taken you 4 years to come up with new material. So what has been the main reason for that?
Family and jobs and stuff like that. Not very rock and roll moments, but I mean, we had some songs already written when we got back together. I had a song, and that's on the album, and Knut's had, I think, 2 songs already. So we had like the fundamentals there, and the songwriting process was kind of quick. Not the lyrics, that took me about a year, and I did all the lyrics after all the music was written, so I could get into the vibe of each song and pick up the feel of it, and then write a topic around that. That took me a year, and in between so much stuff to do with family and job, and it's just hard to find time, even though I worked constantly, like for 1 year it seemed to me anyway. But that's pretty stretched. So yeah, it just took time, but it was a good process, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And of course, we recorded the whole album in Mølla, which is the guitar player's studio. And we just worked everybody. We were there a lot, and I was drunk in the studio, which I've never been before. I'm singing my guts out, and that was really cool. Because you get like your timing sucks, but it kind of doesn't in a way. You get like the Quarton vibe, and nothing. Yeah. So that's, I like that. Of course, I went in sober and cleaned up most of the mistakes, but I kept a lot of the in there too as well, just to get like a more truer vibe or whatever. Because it's I don't care anymore if it's not like super, if it doesn't sound too clean or whatever. It's so that's how we did it. We just had a lot of fun in the studio while recording it, and hopefully that shows on the album.
So yeah, like you said, the new album is supposed to be released in April. What's the current situation with that at the moment? And could you give us a title for the album yet?
Yeah. I don't know. I shouldn't. I don't know. This is just label territory, and they wanted to break the news and blah blah blah. So fuck it. It's called Arcturian.
So it has been 10 years from Sights of Symphonies.
Yeah.
So are you nervous how the fans will take the new material since there's such a big gap between the albums?
No. No. No, I think the fans are very open-minded, and they. I think there's a lot of respect for what we choose to do. It's just, you know, we're not supposed to go in this or that direction. Everybody expects us to do something that is a little bit weird, and hopefully it is on this album. And you know, we have different ways of writing music. Everybody has been writing their own songs on this album now. It's not as intertwined riff-wise as it was on the last album, which is not a good thing really. But it is what it is. And we have this dubstep 24-year-old guy who came in the studio. He's been living in the studio with Knut, and I had to Google dubstep in 2009 or whatever when I first heard Knut mentioning him, and this is so embarrassing because I really don't listen to music that much anymore. I make a lot of music, and then I listen to my old music, and everything new that comes out I kind of like. This I heard before, and or this is not as good as it used to be back in the day. You know, being a grumpy old fart about it. But then I discovered this dubstep scene, and it was kind of an eye opener for me because with all the morphed sounds and just the way you go in and just fuck up a sound completely just by doing it from the wave points, and you know, just very technical. So that was real cool, and I'm so happy that he's been contributing a lot to this album. So it has a really fresh vibe to it. Not every place, of course. It's not like this is gonna be a dubstep album or anything. It's far from it, but it has some elements here and there, and I think that really makes a difference. So yeah. So there's stuff like that, and of course the violin player, as I mentioned. And it doesn't so necessarily sound like a violin. He sounds like, you know, arid siren or something like that. And he's got like 3 master degrees in violins. So he's he's a better musician than all of the rest of us combined, I guess. But you know, it's not always the technical stuff that rules, but. He's an all-rounder, and just very happy to have him on board. That was a long answer.
All right, so if you compare musically the new album to what you have done in the past, was there some kind of new direction you wanted to take apart from these that you mentioned? Generally.
No, we just want to write the music, and then it's, with the means that we have at our disposal, just make the best of it. And of course, he was just living in the studio pretty much, so it was just natural to bring it. That's a part in Twistex. Twistex is his name. Yeah, and no, there's grim vocals. A lot of it's actually on this album, not that much, but 10-15% or something, which is 10-15% more than on the last album, so that's a bit retro, I guess, which is nice. Yeah.
Right. So what can you tell us about the lyrics of the album? What kind of topics are you dealing with this time, and where have you drawn inspiration from?
Same as last time, pretty much, and that's what I love about Arcturus, because the lyrics and the vibe of the music just come so easily to me, and that's the reason why I joined, because the music is so good, and I just can't let this opportunity get away from me to write the kind of lyrics that fits Arcturus but wouldn't fit anything anywhere else. And it's no, like, I don't go through the dictionary and pick out the coolest words or anything. I just try to keep an easy, narrated story or whatever. That was probably wrong said. Narrated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the language barrier. There's a couple of Norwegian songs as well, so I'll skip the language barrier, which is nice. So 2 lyrics. One of the lyrics, the first, last song on the album, I think it was written back in 96 or 7 or something. It was written for Arcturus when we were doing the La Masquerade sessions, or before La Masquerade, of course. Because I had a part, I wrote something for the piano, and now Knut had a riff that was so similar. So I just thought, fuck this, I'll just use it. And when I had the lyrics for my piano parts and blah blah blah, long answer, it just kind of worked. So that was good fun. So there's some really old stuff there in Norwegian though. There was a song called Demon Painter on the Sideshow album about a friend of mine called André Berg, and I made another song on this album dedicated to the same person. So there's just more of the same pretty much. One lyric is reflecting on the black metal scene as it used to be back in the day, and the rest is about drugs mostly.
All right. So aside from Arcturus, you also have some other musical projects like Borknagar and your solo work. What is the current situation with this project?
Borknagar is well on its way to finish the new album. Of course, Vintersorg had a really ugly fall. He hit his head really bad. Like he fell from 3 meters, 6 meters. He would have not survived, but it was like super high anyway. 3 minutes is pretty high when you fall down into the concrete pavements and hit your head from a ladder. It was stupid. So, or he said it was stupid. Of course, it was stupid. It was a fucked up accident, but shit happens. And but he did a lot of very good vocals. Had a lot of really good sessions in the studio before he fell. So now everything has just been delayed a little bit, and we're like looking to go and mix the album in June. So it's not that far away. ICS Vortex is most of the material is written, but since with in between all the other stuff, I don't see it as a priority to finish it right now. The economics sucks, and whatever. It's not like the material is gonna go away either. So I'm just not stressing anything about it. And when it's done, it's done. And so we're just gonna have to see about that. And I had huge plans with Lamented Souls as well to revive that after the Dimmu splits, but it's just I don't have enough time to get everything together the way I want it. So that's just the way it is. So I'll just have to prioritize a little bit. But it will come, but it'll take a year or two easily, probably 3. Yeah.
All right. So what's in the scope for the future? Otherwise, what kind of future plans do you have with Arcturus? I mean.
We just want to tour as much as possible now, and just get on the horse and write new material for the new album, because I want this to be a continuing thing. Now it's been 10 years since the last one. That's way too long. And we have stuff for the new album already, so hopefully just get on the horse, be in the studio, have some good rehearsing, and well, start with the European tour, and there's this US stuff coming up, and hopefully we'll do a proper US tour as well, and then South America, and if everything goes well, maybe another European tour, and then just write music hard and then do the same thing all over again.
All right, so thank you very much for your time, and best of luck for the future. Anything you want to say as a closure to your fans watching this interview?
Fans from the whole wide world, is it? Yeah, it could be, but I just want to say hi and thanks for watching.